Run, Quinn, run! They're after you. Well, it's not a great white shark or anything, but it is a whole bunch of pelicans. That must be one heck of a fisherman boat. That kind of reminds me back in the day, just seeing that boat with all those birds behind it. Normally it's like seagulls, but that's like full-blown pelicans in heat chasing right there. That boat is just swamped with pelicans. That is crazy. It must be like, I don't know, 30 pelicans draped all over that poor little boat. Here's to you, my friends. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Hitchhiking Yeti here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Cheers. We have quite the day. It is the first weekend of April, which means Britt's Donut Shop is open. Opening weekend is finally here, open for the 2025 season. I gotta say, I'm pretty excited. We got about an hour to burn, so I'm gonna kind of take you around Carolina Beach, show you some updates. Some things have changed, and we're going to start off right here at this location. All right, as you can see, this here is the old Oceaneer Motel, as the sign right there still states the title name, Oceaneer. But now when you look this place up on Google Maps, it does not say Oceaneer any longer. It actually says Dale's and Candy's Motel. So it looks like we might be getting a name change, but I gotta admit, this place is really looking spiffy. I really like what they've done to it, the upgrades. This is going to be pretty awesome. I think this is going to be a really awesome place to stay. As you can see in the background there, that's the Atlantic Tower condominium complex. So you're just right next to them if you don't know where this place is actually located. But yeah, they're moving right along. All right, now I made my way down here to the Sea Colony. A nice little condominium complex right here. And I love this mural. This is another CB mural. This has been completed for several months now, and I've just never had a chance to show it on the channel. But it's actually like a sunrise, early morning sunrise. And I like all the birds that they have in this one. It really, really catches the vibe of a Carolina Beach sunrise, and I really like this mural quite a bit. And right here is the young lady, the artist's name. I remember when they was making it, they had the sky lift down here as she was painting. But a really, really awesome mural. And I just want to take a moment just to come down here and show this awesome artwork here at the Sea Colony. So if you can make it to Kate's Pancake House by 8 a.m., you can possibly get you a table pretty easily. You will not have to be waiting in any kind of a line. Most of the time when I come by here after, 9 o'clock or something, the line is always out the door over there at Kate's. Very popular location. But right across from Kate's segues into this location here. It says Gelato. And Mike and Benny's Gelato is what this place is called. It is now open. And it just opened this past week because I seen a little post online about it. And I thought any of you people out there that likes gelato, you have possibly a good spot right here across from Kate's Pancake House, or it's right next to Michelangelo's Pizza. And right here is another new restaurant here in town. This is called the Carolina Beach Grill and Bar. I really like that design. That really looks kind of cool. Established in 2025, just to show you that it is brand spanking new. But this is in the old Fork and Cork location here in Carolina Beach. So I've made it over here to the boardwalk. And as you can see down there, that is Britt's Donut Shop. And look at that congregation of people waiting for Britt's to open this morning. They got about 20 more minutes. That is quite a group. Not as thick as it was last night when I was here, but these people are serious. They are ready for their Britt's Donuts. All right, so I'm back here at the entrance to Breeza here on the boardwalk, and this here is the back of the line for Britt's Donuts, about 20 minutes before 8:30, which is when they open. So I think I'm going to go ahead and score my donut right now, and then just continue my walkthrough around the beach to show you some updates. So here I am in line. It's about 10 minutes till 8:30.
And what's the next letter?
And if you look behind me, the line has definitely grown. I think we made a good choice. Alrighty, I got my order in from my Britt's Donuts. Been open since 1939. I like walking around in here each year. That there is a look that I've seen so many times. This is what it looks like when you look down in the white paper bag once you have received your donuts. And check this out, Britt's Donut Shop. It's crispy, warm, sticky, and made right before your eyes. Britt's Donut Shop. Yum, yum. I totally echo that statement. As you can see right back there is where they're making our donuts as we speak. All right, so the line is definitely not died down. Right here I am at the front of the arcade. As you can see, it's still quite lengthy. And when we got in line, we was closer up there to that Breeza Boardwalk sign. But I got them. Let's go get into this. All right, here is our donut. Let's reach in here. I was going to get just one. I don't know what happened. I kind of felt like I'm waiting in line. I need to get more than one, just to make sure it's good this morning. That's what I'm going to tell you. So this here is the Britt's Donut. You can see it's glazed only, but this thing is amazing. This is such a good sweet treat and tradition for Carolina Beach vacation people and locals alike. And that bite right there was pure magic. I wish I still had coffee left, but I had to wait in line for, quite a little bit, over 30 minutes. But you had to wait in line this morning for them to open, and then once they open, you got up there, you put your order in. Then I had to wait. Since I only got 2 donuts, I didn't have to wait very long. Some of the people with bigger orders, I think they had to wait a little bit longer. They just grabbed my 2 and got me on my way and got me out of there. But this is kind of what the inside of the donut looks like. It's very light and airy, if that makes any sense. That's what makes these things go down so easy. I mean, I've seen people eat a dozen of these, no problem. My little niece is almost 3 years old. She can eat a whole one of these and probably more if you let her. And she won't even complain. And it's hard to get her to eat sometime. But last night, we came down here and we got her one. She didn't get up early enough this morning to come with me because I'm doing a video and all. But yeah, she took one of these and devoured it with a smile on her face. It was quite cute. That first donut went down so easy. And you know what's funny about that? The second one, it'll go just as easy. Man, that is so freaking good. That ought to be a crime to make something this delicious. I heard somebody behind me, probably about 5 or 6 people behind me, and they said, how do they make these donuts? Like, what kinds do they have, or what types, And the dad said, what do you mean? And I was like, well, like, how do they make them? Like, I know what they was getting at. Do they have chocolate? Do they have sprinkles? Do they have bacon and maple on them, which I'm a big fan of? But he said, all you need to know is they make them the right way. Oh my goodness, that was so delicious. My sugar intake is complete for the month. Man, that was so good. But I thought we can't walk all the way up here to the boardwalk, eat some donuts, and not at least come out here and look at the beautiful ocean right here behind us. It's a beautiful morning. A lot of people in town because it's going to be like in the mid-80s today, all weekend, which is exciting. It is. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? It's so beautiful out here this morning. Very little wind. Beautiful. All right, let's continue on. All right, so we're about to leave the boardwalk area now. As you can see, there's still quite a line here at about 8:50 for Britt's Donuts. And some of the stuff I want to show you now is about the celebrate of the centennial. We're going to go look at some of those markers and do a little QR code scanning. And then we're going to go over and I'm going to show you, give you a little update of my favorite hamburger location here at Carolina Beach to see how construction is going along with their new location. And this place right here, Oceanside Art and Gifts. But this little CB snow cone little shack right here at 105 this place right here has an amazing Dole Whip. If you've ever been to Walt Disney World and you're a fan of Dole Whips and you come down here, hopefully they still have it this year. I do not see it on their little, you know, snow cone flavor board, or they don't have really a menu out here. And it's not a snow cone, but you know, it's a soft serve pineapple Dole Whip type of an ice cream treat. And I'm a big fan of Dole Whips. When I go to Disney World, me and my wife normally score us a Dole Whip, but their Dole Whip is delicious. It is a great substitute. If you like Dole Whips, I definitely highly recommend trying out their Dole Whip right there at that location. All right, my friends, I've made my way over here to Harper Avenue here in Carolina Beach. As you can see, the Hampton Inn and Suites off in the distance there. Right there's the Crush and Grind Coffee. Here's the arcade. And you notice right here on Harper, there's always been, for quite a few years now, this big parking area right here. They got some paid parking. And something that I want to show you that's pretty cool to celebrate 100 years is this then and now historical tour. So you can come here, you can bring your smartphone, you actually just scan your QR code right there, and it will bring up what is here now, which is this parking lot. It's what you will see. And then you can kind of scroll down to the bottom. They have these arrows. If you click to the right, it will show you what used to be here. So the Royal Palm Hotel, and it gives you the year, a little history about the hotel that used to stand right here in this spot, which I think is really cool. They'll show you different versions of it. And then if you just keep on clicking, it will bring up what I remember was here, and that is the old Hotel Astor. So, or Astor. That is really cool. The Royal Palm was sold in 1983, it says, to Vince and Dee Bolden. They remodeled it from 107 rooms to 53 rooms, each with a bath, and changed the name to the Hotel Astor. So this place here, actually, the Hotel Astor, what I remember, actually burnt down back in, I don't know, around about 2005, 2006, somewhere around that time period, I believe. And it seemed like when that place burned, the whole town really started changing. They started really coming up with ideas to change a lot about Carolina Beach. All right, so now I made my way back up here to Lake Park Boulevard. And this is indeed the old Hardee's building. And this is going to be Island Burgers and Bites, one of my favorite double cheeseburger locations here in town, and in North Carolina for that matter. And just want to give you a quick little update. I know when I first found out that Island Burgers and Bites was moving into this spot, that they were hoping to be open by like March. But that is definitely not the case, because it is now April. But something I noticed last time I was here, they did not have all this concrete work poured, and that has been completed now, where looks like they're gonna have some really nice outdoor seating where they can show off their amazing hamburgers and Philly cheesesteaks, by the way. And if you're not a big fan of the steak and you would like to have chicken, my wife normally gets that. She's a big fan of that also. So the chicken cheesesteak thing that they got going on, and the Philly cheesesteak is really, really delicious. Not to mention their double cheeseburgers, out of this world with their chili and slaw and mustard. It is so, so good. But that there gives you kind of a little bit of an update that it's coming along. If I was a betting man, I would say by Memorial Day weekend 2025, I bet this place will be open for business. All right, so even though Island Burgers and Bites at the old Hardee's location is not quite ready to be opened, you can still go over here to the Island Quick Mart, and Island Burgers and Bites is still in there frying up their delicious hamburgers. And I also want to let you know that I went inside and spoke to the gentleman inside, and he told me they expect to be open at the old Hardee's location next door by the 1st of May. About a month, 3 to 4 weeks. That is saying they don't have no setbacks. You know how that goes sometime. But right here behind Brunches, which is a great spot to go get some breakfast or eat your brunch, it's actually open later. They even have dinner this time of year at Brunches. Over the winter months, you know, they pretty much only stayed open to about 3 o'clock in the evening, and then they closed it down. But this is kind of interesting. They have seating up here on the top, and this here is the steps that take you up through there. And I just noticed these very colorful like water floats up here that's been painted. And you know me, I love art, and I had to come up here and show this off because this is really, really beautiful. These things pop so much. If you're over here like in the area of the where the boats are, the marina, these things just popped because I was actually walking in that direction and it just flew out there. Look at that one right there. It's got like a North Carolina state flag on it, man. That is pretty awesome. So a lot of cool, colorful items here draped across the side just to give the scenery a little bit more color and a little bit more pop. And you know what? It made me smile. It worked. All right, so we definitely have a breeze out here now. It's got a little wind. That calm stuff's going away. Hopefully that blows away the no-see-ums. But I guess that's going to pretty much conclude my video today. Just want to thank everyone for tuning in and looking forward to Island Burgers and Bites new location. I will definitely go stop in there when it first opens and get us a burger, do a little food review on their new location to make sure it's just as equally as good as the one next door in the Quickie Mart. So heck yeah. And you know, why not just end the vlog right here? I love CB. It kind of says it all right there with this little monument they have here. Great little selfie location here in downtown. Brit's is open, folks. Come get them. They're hot. They're absolutely delicious as always. All right, my friends, I am all done today. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, friends, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you in my next adventure. Y'all stay safe, and I hope to see you all again very, very soon.